I'm here with Coach Quirino. He's an assistant coach for St. X Wrestling, state champs, and he has also helped found River City Wrestling. Coach, tell me about the River City Wrestling and what it does for the St. X Wrestling program.
River City Wrestling is a club program that's open to anybody in the area. We offer a wrestling program for 1st through 8th graders, and they come in. We train here at St. X. They come in during the regular wrestling season, so they have a season just like our high schoolers do. It's run through USA Wrestling, and they go to tournaments on the weekends. They train here. We go to things like the youth region and the youth state tournament. We go to the middle school district, middle school region, middle school state tournaments. And started off with our first year that it started the program in 2005. I think we had 30 kids in the program. We've grown to the point where we have 80 kids in the program this year, and been in the top 3 for the last 3 years in the state at the middle school level in the club division. The impact here at St. X, the impact really goes beyond St. X as far as the number of kids we put out. Not all of our kids come to St. X. A lot of our guys go to other schools. We've had guys move on once they go to high school and go to Trinity, Mayo, Manual, a bunch of different places like that. But here at St. X specifically, this past year of our starting 14 at the varsity level, 12 of the 14 wrestled for River City. Our seniors that were state placers, or of all of our state placers, I believe there was only one that was not a River City guy this year. That's kind of what the impact is. The kind of cool thing is those guys that are seniors this year were the first class that when I started the program came in. They were, I guess they were 5th graders then, and by their 8th grade year, we won our first region title, and it was really cool because we only won by half a point. But I was telling them at that time, we had a team meeting going into the state tournament, and I said, you guys have to understand the impact that you just had. Wrestling's a legacy sport, and you're beginning our legacy. You guys are not going to be the last ones that win region titles. Now it's going to be hard for anybody to beat us. But beyond that, you guys will be the first class that brings a state title back to St. X. Fast forward to their senior years, and a lot of people weren't seeing us pulling it off, and they were able to do it. We talked about it 2 weeks before the state tournament. We talked about that meeting and how it was right there within grasp, and those guys attacked the opportunity and did a great job. It was really cool.
Tell me about how the feel was at the state tournament as a coach. Now, I asked the student athletes how it felt. What is going through your mind as a coach down there as you're looking at the points and just going match by match?
It was awesome. It was awesome. I tell you, the semifinals round was very, very cool. Just very fast paced, and seeing our guys pull off win after win was really cool. To put 6 in the finals was awesome. It was almost like, you hear guys talking about a no-hitter in baseball, how you kind of don't want to talk about it, but you kind of have to. You kind of have to analyze and break down points and know what the scenario is. If we can do this, this, and this, or if they do this, this, and this, what happens and how do the points go? But it was just total nervous energy. I think for the full 2 days of the state tournament, we had a corner where anytime you looked, you knew that St. X wrestlers and St. X coaches were going to be standing in that corner. And I think part of it was just that nervous energy. Like, man, you just couldn't contain yourself, excited. I think that was the closest I've been to feeling like I was going to get back on the mat since I stopped wrestling. It was great.
Tell me what it felt like after you knew you won the state title. Tell me how that feeling after that, because I know I won a state title in so long in wrestling.
Correct. It had been 13 years, I believe, since we had won one, and it was the first one as a coach for me to be a part of. It was awesome. It was awesome to get the win, and to get the win the way we did in a head-to-head matchup against Campbell, against arguably one of the best wrestlers to come out of the state of Kentucky, or to be in the state of Kentucky, and we beat him to clinch the win. it was awesome, you know, to look at it from the kids' point of view, but then also looking at it as kind of a payoff for the time and effort that us as coaches put in away from our families, to be able to look up in the stands at my wife and my kids and, you know, kind of feel a little bit justified for the time that I spent away. But it was great. It was awesome.
And lastly, tell if any younger viewers see this, like I'm sure they will on the site, how do you get involved with River City Wrestling? I know you said they have a website.
Yes. The website is rivercitywrestling.org. So rivercitywrestling.org. And we have our calendar up there. We have our contact information there. We have basically two programs that we run now. We do a fall program, which runs from the very end of October through basically the same time the state tournament ends for high school. So the end of October through about the end of February. And then we also run a spring program, which is a really great way for kids that are wanting to get introduced to the sport. Spring program will run the week after spring break typically, and that kind of changes a little bit year to year, but typically the week after spring break, and usually is about a 6-week program. So we've got two sides to that spring program. One side will be younger kids getting involved with the sport, and we'll be coaching those guys 2 nights a week. And then on the other side of that program, we'll have more experienced guys, and we'll be doing a freestyle and Greco, which are the international styles of wrestling. We'll be doing a 6-week training session for them leading up to the Central Regional Tournament in Indianapolis.